What's going on, guys? Phil here from Philscraftcorner. I'm at the cat cafe today and we're doing a little bit of work which is on this wall here. We're putting some wood panelling going across. It's just going to be like a time-lapse video. I'll voice over at the end once I've finished, just because it'll be a little bit easier. I'm very sorry about the flickering. I've tried messing with the camera settings and everything, but it's fluorescent energy saving lights that are in here, so I apologise for that. But we're going to get this wall behind me done, and also that wall there is going to be done in the wooden cladding to match in, and you can see my cat window there. Still a fair bit of work to get done in here, but this is one of the jobs we're getting done today, so we'll stick you on the tripod and we'll time lapse it all and stick some music on it, so enjoy.
Alright guys, so the first thing I did was I cut up all the materials that we had, but let me talk about a couple of things. First, you'll notice I'm not wearing a dust mask here, and that's because I'm an absolute idiot and I left it at my workshop. I'd already paid for parking in the town centre, and it would have taken me 45 minutes to go to my workshop, pick up my dust mask, come back, and I'd lose that 45 minutes worth of parking, and it is very, very expensive to park in Blackpool town centre. I have no idea why. It's like £6 for 3 hours of parking. Absolutely ridiculous. So don't do what I'm doing. Wear a dust mask and keep yourself safe. The second thing I want to mention is all this wood was treated with a flame retardant liquid. We put it in a spray bottle and we just sprayed it all down. Just make sure the one that you do pick up has this CWD icon on it. That way you'll know it is for raw materials and not just fabrics, because there is a version that is just for fabrics and just isn't suitable for this kind of project.
Alright, so we've got all these pieces cut up and they're in their individual piles. We've got 3B1, 5B1 and two slightly different thicknesses of 4B1, and we're just going to randomly place them on this wall. They're all cut to completely random lengths, all different sizes, and we're just going to put it on roughly like you would do with laminate flooring. I'm going to start a little bit above this bottom layer because this slopes down to that side. So I'm going to laser set level set up, and we're going to get a laser line going across there. I'm going to start at that line, and then we're going to end up filling in this bottom bit afterwards because it's going to need cutting on the angle going down, and we're probably going to need a cut angle going at the top. So instead of starting at an outside edge, it's best to start in the middle somewhere and then work up and down from there, and then you'll make sure it's level.
As you can see, I've got my laser set up to the top of the skirting on the right hand side, and if I can do a layer just going straight across there, that'll make things a lot easier for me, and it seemed a very good place to start. I just used some instant grit no nails stuff, Wix's own brand, because I've used that before and had quite a bit of success from that, and you just throw a zigzag line along there. And this bottom one especially, you'll need to tack it into place until the glue can hold, because no matter what instant adhesive you'll use, it will start to droop, especially with the other layers on the top of it. On the right hand side here, I just cut it to be flush with the brown wall, just because it was so easier than notching it in and following the line. So I just went with there and eyeballed it to be level, and then pinned it in place as well. And then I just put layers on to be completely random and matching to where I thought they needed to go. At this point I realised I needed some of the 2x2 framing patterns that were already there to help hold them up, and if I did this project again, I'd probably just go for 2x1, 3x1 and 5x1, and that'll make it so much easier to fill in the gaps of randomness rather than having to cut tiny little pieces and infill some random holes, especially where the wood isn't perfectly straight. That took almost as long as filling in the whole wall. So I'll just leave this going for a little bit. I don't do the whole wall because there's no point in letting you sit and watch that, but you can watch the process for a couple of minutes just to give you an idea of what's involved in it. Also, on this wall, roughly about where I'm putting that piece in is a curve, so it's a massive pain to deal with that. What I ended up doing was curve cutting some of the pieces that were going in there, and then pinning them on each side, and that helps combat the curve in the wall. Another thing that I did was I started and ended a few of the pieces there, but that just resulted in a piece sticking out a little bit. And if you wanted a relatively flat wall rather than having a lot of dimensions and things sticking out, which this one did, they wanted a few pieces sticking out at least an inch from the wall to give that 3-dimension effect. So it wasn't that bad with where they were lined up. So I'll just leave this time lapse going, I'll throw some music on and you can enjoy the process, and hopefully you can pick up how easy this is done, and you might be able to get your own wall done.
Alright guys, so I got the wall pretty much done. There's a few gaps that I need to fill in. I was filling them in across the bottom as I was going up, but it was just taking a long time to find the bit that needed to go in, and then I figured I'd just do it all at the end. So I left all the gaps, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to fill them all in now and put a bit more texture onto the wall. So I've got some 2B1 which will go into most of the gaps, and any other bits and pieces I've got these offcuts here. I can just trim some bits down and stick them in where they need to go. So I'll crack on, I'll get that done, and then it'll be this wall finished. Alright guys, so that wall is completely done. That wall is completely done. We've got a few offcuts just down here, so we're going to fill in that blank there as well. Going to take that right up to the window. We weren't sure if we'd have enough, but we have got enough, so we're going to get that done next time I come down, and that's it done. So thanks for watching guys. Hopefully somebody's found this useful, and if you want to do this kind of thing in your house, let me know down below if you've done it in yours. Post a video, post some pictures on Reddit or something like that. I'd love to see your work, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.